safe place. Today, I'm going to talk about what we talked about in our meeting today. We talked about the 12 steps in our meeting today, which is having had a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps. We try to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. So, basically, once you gain that spiritual awakening, you try to apply it in your everyday life. You try to be better with people, do better by people, do better by yourself. Ask God to guide you and do His will, not your own will, because you learn as you get through each step that it's not your will that you should be following, it's God's will for your life that you should be following. And a lot of times when you get to this 12th step, you're trying to look at relationships differently than what you would have looked at them when you were drinking. So when you were drinking, it was everybody else's fault that you were going through a hard time. It was never your fault. And you were never wrong. You were always right. But once you got sober, you realized you were the issue. You were at fault. You were the problem. You were everything that you weren't supposed to be. And sometimes God gives you that reward to let you fix that relationship and things work out. And you can continue with whatever relationship. It doesn't have to be just an intimate relationship. It could be a relationship with your children or mother or father and other family members. And then sometimes you don't get that. Sometimes that person is not meant to come back into your life after you get to that point because they no longer serve a purpose. And you have to be okay with that. Don't work the steps to expect, oh, well, because I'm doing good now, this person needs to be back in my life and accept my apology. Everybody's not going to accept your apology. Some people you have burned the bridge with, and you will never be able to build that bridge back up and have that trust with them anymore. And that is okay. Focus on the people that you are having a good relationship with. Focus on the people that you can share your spiritual awakening with. Those people that you see are suffering the same way you suffered from drinking all the time. But you also have to understand, just because you're sharing this with these people that are still going through the hard times of not realizing that they have an issue, they're not going to always listen when you want them to and how you want them to. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with them. You can only share the good word. And that's the only thing that some people will accept from you, and that's it. And then you have those where you share the good word, and it lingers in their mind, and then they realize that you were right. So then they go and seek the help that they're supposed to seek when they're ready for their sobriety. Like I said, don't beat yourself up when people get angry and upset with you and tell them, I don't have a problem. Then you say, okay, well, maybe we can do something else. Try to start gently with them, because trying to force something on them that huge may push them to go in the other direction. I remember sitting in the hospital with a girl, and she just kept going on and on. And I had to look at her and I said, hey, listen, I don't want to see you get restrained. So I listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. And I talked to her gently. She looked at me. She listened. I said, if you do this, if you continue to scream and yell and fight with them, they're not going to give you what you want. One, you can't do that. One, they're going to restrain you. Two, you're going to be upset because they had to restrain you. So she listened. I was able to get through to her and calm her down. And I've recently seen her out with her daughter shopping. And just to see her in a better state of mind it felt good. She didn't have to stay in the hospital that night. We both actually got out at the same time. But it felt good. The whole point of the story is that it felt good that I could help her. And I didn't force her to say, hey, you need recovery. You need to do this. You. When the only reason I said something to her is because I could see myself. And I was just like, yeah, no. I don't want to be in this hospital anymore. I don't want to keep coming here for anything unless I truly have to, and it cannot be alcohol related. And the next day, I did not take another drink. I had stopped completely, going crazy in my mind, but I was okay. Thank God he had his hands on my life. He showed me grace and mercy. Even though the withdrawals were kicking my butt that day, I got through it. And I am 30 plus days sober now because of that. Me doing these videos is a way of showing you my spiritual awakening and showing that I can give you different solutions to your issues. The only real solution to your issues is if you're willing to do it and put in the work. I can only suggest what is out there. AA meetings, getting a sponsor, going to detox or rehab. And if you still need help after getting out of rehab and detox, do an outpatient therapy session, probably every week to help you get through those depressive and anxiety moments. Because some people, they get through it and they're fine. And then there's other people like me that suffer from depression and anxiety, and I still have to seek help from my psychiatrist and my therapist to help me get through on a daily and weekly basis. So some people is different, and that's okay. But if you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to surrender yourself to this disease, don't fight it. Don't fight it, because you're going to lose every time. You're going to lose every time. Once you surrender yourself, you feel better. You look better. You do better. You think better. You know better. You just become this better person. Somebody that people like to be around again. It won't be like how it was. Like, oh, Lord, this person again. They're drunk and out of their mind, and we don't want to deal with it, so let's go over here so we don't have to deal with this person, because there's always something attached to them. Change the narrative for your life by seeking the help that you feel is best for you. Do not seek the help that others want you to, because in the end, it has to be with what you're happy with. And seeking help just to make somebody else happy, you're going to be suffering. I can't tell you how many times I hear this one person in my meeting always say, I only came in here because I wanted to get my license back. Not only did this person come in there for that, but God touched him and showed him that you need this. It's time. Surrender, give in, and let's start working the steps. It works. My brother did it. Every day he got on Facebook and he said, just for today, I vowed to stay sober. And until I ended up in this situation, I never understood why he would say that. Not that I was judging him. It was just, I was very curious, but I never got the chance to ask him. And it was meant for it to happen that way, because I was going to soon find out, because that was when I was first in the early stages before I got really bad. He didn't know it. Nobody really knew it. I kept it a secret for so long. And when I couldn't keep it a secret anymore, I just didn't know how to deal with it. But today I challenge you to surrender to the disease and let God come into your life and change it for the better. I'm sorry. But remember, this is the safe place. You can always come here and listen to a video that'll help you. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you can get the notification for it. Always remember, you guys, safe place. Bye.